Hi, and welcome to our top 10 anticipated games for 2018. I was able to pay Pedro to come back. I have no more money left. This is going to blow the budget for 2018, but we have him here.
I think I hear an applause.
2018, the year of Bushido.
The year of Bushido, that is
This
right.
is the game that's coming out. When's it being released?
It's being released in June to Kickstarter backers.
2018?
Yep.
So it's going to be number one on both of our lists?
I can't put Bushido on first on my list.
If this is your first game that's actually being produced and it's not the most anticipated game for you, I'm going to discredit your entire list.
I can't say it's the most anticipated because I've played it so many times.
Have you?
I have. I've played it a lot.
I did too, and I got my review copy.
Yes. There you go. So,
who needs friends when you have enemies like this, right? So, what went in your list and what didn't?
Games that went on my list are games that I follow a lot of board game news stuff. Follow a lot of reviews, and so these were the games that I just kind of been looking around and of designers that I like that I'm really wanting to play this year. So
you make your games based on designers?
On designers and news. Just
okay.
You know, if your marketing is good, then I'll probably hear about your game, and if it interests me, then that's what's on this list. So if you did poor marketing, chances are you didn't catch my attention.
I think mine are going to be mostly Kickstarters, I think, or games.
Really?
I think so because I hear about those more.
Okay.
Or I've Kickstarted these games and they're not out yet. That's because I don't listen to a lot of board game news.
Okay.
I'm more like, I'll look through what's coming out of cool stuff or something, and I'll be like, oh, this piques my interest. Let me go see a review about it.
Okay.
Or like you or Dylan or a buddy will tell me, hey, this game's coming out, or I'm watching a Dice Tower or something and I hear. Otherwise, it's Kickstarter that I hear a lot about, not necessarily like this game is coming out in retail.
Okay.
And I think sometimes, it's interesting, I think sometimes that retail games almost miss my radar because I hear more about Kickstarter. When you go to BGG, you see the advertisements, they're like 90 to 100% Kickstarter. And that's where I hear about a lot of things. I'll see the picture, and I'm like, oh, that looks interesting, that theme looks interesting, or this IP looks interesting, and I'll grab it. Where do you listen to most of your board game news at?
I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Oh.
And so since I listen, I seriously listen to like, I think 10 of them. Like
Hungry Cliff?
Hungry Cliff is not a board game podcast.
But that is an amazing podcast.
It is fun. If you want to listen to me and my jabber about
don't tell them what it is. We'll edit that out. It's going to be like a cliffhanger.
It's just a big, you get a sense of my mouth.
After that interruption, we're back. So listen to the Hungry Cliff podcast. That's where it's at. We'll leave it at that. What else do you listen to? You like Secret Cabal, right?
Yeah, I do listen to Secret Cabal. So, but I also follow Dice Tower News. I follow that stuff. Okay. I subscribe to their newsletter, and then I go on BGG and I just look at the hotness. The hotness is there, and then sometimes when you go to there's other people say, "Oh, you should look at this and you should look at that." I'm also on Twitter. A lot of people put stuff up on Twitter that are like weird and random. So,
and Chaz Marler does like a video on the top 10 most hotness games or something. That's like really neat to look at. Yeah. Okay, so let's jump in. What is number 10 for Pedro Mendoza?
Just to preface, these are not necessarily in any particular order.
Except for the one is the one that you are anticipating the most.
Yes, except for number 1. Okay. But the rest could be anywhere.
Except for number 2, which is your second most.
Well, yes.
And 3 is likely.
And 3 is the third most. But after that,
but 7 and 8, those two could be in any order.
They could be in any order, right? So my number 10 is Dinogenics. So here's funny. Just before we actually had this video, I had Dinosaur Island and Dinogenics. I didn't realize Dino Island came out the end of 2017.
See, if you hung out with me more, he would know this. Or if you watched this channel, you would know.
I thought it was only delivered to Kickstarter backers, and then it hadn't gone to retail yet. So apparently I was wrong, because you can just purchase it on Amazon right now. But I really am excited about the Jurassic Park board game, which is pretty much what it is. It's the IP-less board game, where you're creating dinosaurs and then watching the dinosaurs eat people. And
so Dinogenics does the same thing as Dinosaur Island?
Yes, you're creating a park, but it's got like the Agricola thing where you actually have to build the fences and do all sorts of things. But unlike Dinosaur Island, where in Dinosaur Island you have to collect the DNA, different DNA from dice. In this one, there are different cards of the different kinds of dinosaurs, and then. But I think they use the same kind of tokens, like the same Dino Meeple.
Now, What are you going to say when I tell you I've kickstarted this and I didn't know that? I kickstarted that game.
Dinogenics, really?
Yeah, I did.
Is it because you just did?
I did.
Okay. Well,
and the theme Dinosaur Island, right? I have Dinosaur Island, which is fantastic.
So now you get to do a comparison thing once you get them both.
I will. I'll definitely.
So that'll be cool.
Yeah. Okay, my number 10 is Song of Ice and Fire, which is a miniatures game based on Game of Thrones. Once again, it's one that I've kickstarted this. I went all in. I got it. Super excited about finally. I like Game of Thrones, the board game. But I'm excited to have like little miniatures where you're actually moving miniatures around that. I'm not a miniature game player, so it's going to be my first foray into it. And this is what the IP grabbed me in. I do have the Walking Dead All Out War miniatures game, which I actually quite like. You should try it sometime. So this is going to be, I guess, my second foray, but I think this one's more like battling with like big armies and stuff. So this will be new for me. And the IP grabbed me. I think I can get some people into it based on Game of Thrones versus just regular orcs and stuff. I'll maybe get people in. But I'm very interested in this universe, and I'm very interested in the television show. And then I'm very interested in this game. So number 10, Tale of Song on Ice, Time of Song on Ice. Something like that.
Song of Ice and Fire.
Song of Ice and Fire. Okay, number 9. What do you got number 9, Pedro?
For me, my number 9 is actually going to be a reprint of a popular game called Finca. So this is a game that, it's crazy. Did you hear about the whole thing that happened with like Crash Games?
Enlighten us.
So Crash Games got in bed with Geek Chic.
Literally or figuratively?
I don't know. Maybe Geek Chic makes furniture, so maybe, I don't know. Could be both.
Could be both.
But after they're partnered together, I think Patrick Nickel was planning on doing a Finca reprint through that company, but stuff fell through, and both Crash Games and Geek Chic went out of business. So the reprint, I don't know where the rights went, but it turns out that I guess there's some Spieletag or Spielevog or something like that. I can't remember the company.
It's a catchy name, regardless.
They're going to reprint it. So it's a game that I was like, oh man, I really want to.
Spielvengog, it's right off the lips, like naturally. Maybe your next song could be Spielvengog.
You know, I could look it up right now, but I won't look it up.
No, don't do it.
No, because that would be ridiculous.
Have you played Finca at all?
I've seen it played.
Okay.
It's a rondel game, which is cool.
No, it's not.
No?
No.
It's rondelly.
No.
There's a rondel. You move a guy around a thing in a
Finca?
circle. Finca.
Maybe I'm...
With the fruit.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I was thinking of Frenzy, that's what I was thinking of.
Oh, no, not Firenze, no.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
Okay.
Man, Mendoza always right for the win. Too many games. Too many old games.
Yes.
Yeah, Finca was good.
But it's a classic one.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah. So that's one that I'm looking forward to.
So before we recorded, when I said what I said, I was actually talking about Firenze, not Finca.
Ah, so that's why. Okay.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, my number 9 is Walking Dead No Sanctuary. Now, this is funny, because when I bought... This
different from the miniatures game?
Yeah, because when I bought Walking Dead All Out War, I thought I was buying Walking Dead No Sanctuary. So, All Out War shows up, and it's a miniatures game. I was like, I don't really play these type of things, but it has an IP and a theme that I like. My wife likes it. I'm like, let me give it a shot. Cool, really cool game, and I've done some videos on that. But No Sanctuary is a cryptozoic game. It's a little bit more, I think, like a board game like Descent or Zombicide versus a miniatures game where you got the ruler out. In All Out War, you literally have the ruler out.
Okay.
And this one, it is more of a board game where you're going to be playing it. So this is the one I'm really excited about, No Sanctuary. And I think it's like just a hair being close. I ordered it on Kickstarter. That's where I learned about a lot of my games. And this one just seems really neat. It's cryptozoic. Usually does pretty good. Yeah, although I haven't been happy with their previous Walking Dead games. Some of them have been okay, but nothing groundbreaking. This is, I think, the Walking Dead game that we've been waiting for.
Is this based on the comic book or the TV show?
This is, I believe this is on the television show.
Okay. So
it's going to have the characters you're used to. I think Daryl's in it.
Yeah.
And then it's
everyone likes Daryl.
He's cool. You don't like Daryl?
I like Daryl.
Yeah, he doesn't like Daryl.
Daryl's a cool guy.
Yeah. You remind me of Daryl a little bit.
I think I need to talk a little bit more.
Not Daryl from the show. This other guy named Daryl.
Oh, Daryl. Yeah, that's true.
What do you got for number 8?
So for my number 8, this is a game that I've been waiting for 2 years to come out. And it's a game by Eric Lang and Anton Bauza called Victorian Masterminds.
Oh.
And I saw a preview of this on YouTube 2 years ago where they were interviewing Eric Lang, and he was kind of showing off this game. He's like, "This is my game that I'm making with Anton Bauza," and at that point they've already been working on it for I think a year.
Oh wow!
So, but it's a cool worker placement game where.
Let me interrupt you for a second. So when a movie is coming out and there's like constant delays, it's like a warning sign. Like, I don't know if this movie's going to make it.
Right.
There's rewrites, there's reshoots.
Yes.
Do you feel that way about a board game?
No, I don't.
You think maybe they put more time in to make it better?
Yes. I feel like the more time you get to play test, there's more time to make it better.
Okay, because they did it with First Martians, and I don't think it had a very good conclusion to that story.
Oh, I haven't played First Martians.
Okay, but I'm sure you heard the feedback about it.
I heard some people really like it, and some people really don't. So I don't know.
Did you listen to it on this channel? Let's move on about this game. 2 years in the making.
Victorian Mastermind. So it's supposed to be a very very easy, straightforward worker placement. But the worker placement, I don't know if they've changed.
Well, I like worker placement.
Are discs, and depending on, and you stack the workers, so your workers can all the players' workers can go in the same space, but depending on what order you're on that stack, activates specific abilities on the board, and you're trying to complete like devious machines and.
So is it the higher, the more you have there, the more powerful it is, or is it different types, kind of like Belfort?
I think it's like if you're on top, you do that worker placer action, and you also have a special ability that might shift other people in the order. And so it does some really cool stuff. Okay. At least that's the premise of it. But I'm really excited. I like Eric Lang's designs a lot. And
what's he designed? Something I may have heard
of? He's pretty much designed anything that you've liked.
Bushido.
No,
that's the only game he hasn't.
No, that's the only game he hasn't.
Okay.
But
my number 8 is Dice Hospital. Now, I grew up playing Theme Park on PlayStation and computer. And I like Theme Hospital. And I've kind of been looking for a Theme Hospital type game. And I realize this isn't it, but the theme still kind of draws me in. I really liked Paramedics, if you played that.
Okay.
And there was another one that was about lining up to go to the hospital. I can't remember the name of it right now. But yeah, these diseases. It was pretty neat. It was a little game. So I'm excited about Dice Hospital. And this one's relying heavily on the theme of it to me. I really hope that it's good. I do like dice games okay. When I first started this hobby, I hated dice games. And now what we're doing with dice is much more interesting than what we were doing 8-9 years ago. So I do hope this one has it. But it's even though it's 8, it's not real high on my I think it's going to deliver, but I'm hoping that it does. It looks really neat. The artwork is very colorful. It looks like kind of a medium to lightweight game that you can play with your family. That really struck a chord with me.
Cool.
Number 7.
I kickstarted this game 2 years ago.
I am shocked that you spent money on a Kickstarter.
I spent money. I spent a ridiculous amount of money on this Kickstarter, and it's coming soon. But it is Greater Than Games. I guess grand opus, the final installment of the Sentinels of the Multiverse card game, Oblivion. And so. This game, I've been waiting for this game forever, man. I actually listened to their podcast. They have a cool podcast called The Letters Page, where they just talk about all the characters in Sentinels comics, which is their comic. I don't even know. It's so meta because there's not like a real comic book that exists. They have a storyline that they have written no comics for, but they know all the story. And so what this podcast does is they just give you all the story. And so it's kind of cool how everything leads up to this particular event in the game where you have to fight this big ultimate bad who's kind of like I guess the Thanos of their world. And so this last expansion, kind of like, have you played Vengeance?
Yeah.
You know how it kind of changes up the mechanics a little bit, where instead of playing one against
the
villain.
Board game Vengeance or Vengeance inside the Sentinels universe?
Yeah. Sentinels Vengeance.
Okay.
Where all of a sudden they changed the mechanic to where now you're playing against like a number of villains instead of just one.
Oh yeah.
Well, Oblivion does a thing where now you're fighting Oblivion and then other enemies, but the mechanics are a little bit different than what you're used to in the base game. So
now, by the time this game comes out, the board game will already be replaced by the app because that happened like a year ago.
Yes, but I like the card. I like having all the cards.
So you would play Sentinels the game over the app?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that the app has that I have that the app doesn't have.
Okay.
And there's a particular fan-made expansion.
Okay.
That has like about 20 characters, and
you have this?
I have this. Yeah. They gave out the files for free. They created this stuff. They play tested it with a ton of people on the community on BGG, and then they just handed out all the files. Now you can buy them off of what's it called, cardgamefree.com or cardgame.com or something. And so a piece of the profits goes to Greater Than Games, another piece goes to the creators, or you could just download the files and just make your own cards.
What'd you do? Did you steal it or did you pay for it?
They were given to me. I made my own cards, and so I have my own copy of these fan-made characters that you cannot get in the game.
That's cool.
It's really fun. I like it.
I mean, I've never gotten through all the stuff that's in it. I have it, because when they kickstarted this last one, I kind of went all in.
Yeah.
So I have it all, but man, I haven't. That's so much that's already there.
Yeah, and Sentinels is a game I play solo quite often.
So do you really?
I play it more often.
Not the app, though. The app is so good.
The app is good, but
I mean, I wish they had more stuff in the app, but it's so good. All right, my number 7 is Grim Forest. This is a game I almost didn't kickstart, and I was just kind of but it looks really neat, and I think it's just now coming out a little bit. I've seen some reviews on it. The reviews are hot. They're saying it's a really good game. The way I'm seeing it now, it looks like maybe some of the stuff was borrowed from other games, that it looks very similar. But I do like the theme quite a bit. The miniatures look good. The components look good. It's a beautiful presentation. So this is one that could knock it out of the park. And I just wonder how much staying power it's going to have, which is why it's down at 7. But I'm really looking forward to this one. It might be something I can get the kids into as they're getting older.
I think that's what it is. It's a very simple game to play too.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. So I'm hoping that, because the theme will obviously attract my children and the wife. It's very family friendly. So I think that will be a good target for us. That's what I'm hoping I get with that game. Have you played it?
I've not played it. No.
I think they had it at Dice Tower Con last year, didn't they? Or at least had some signs or something.
Yeah.
I didn't get to play it. I wanted to wait to get my copy to play it, and I didn't want to play it early because I'd already kickstarted. I already bought it, so
gotcha.
I didn't want to try it before I bought it. I wanted to wait for my copy. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Number 6 for me. My number 6 is Oceans, an evolution game. So this is North Point's next standalone evolution game. So they have
how many of these are we going to get?
How many?
Yeah.
I don't know. As many as they're going to make. I really like Evolution.
I know you
played Evolution?
Played it with you. Thanks for remembering.
It's such a good game.
I'm glad our time together means so much to you.
I like Evolution. I like Evolution Flight, which is a cool little expansion. But funny enough, people that I play Evolution with a lot, we've kind of moved away from Flight and just like the base game, just for how tight it is.
There's a climate to it too, right?
And then Climate just came out, which is kind of like a semi-standalone.
Is it?
Which I haven't played, but I've heard is good. But
and then there's a Target version that's even simpler, right?
Yeah, it's like more cut down for people. The Evolution, the New Beginnings. But this one is kind of like a new standalone, but now everything's underwater. And so it focuses on pretty much everything you do in Evolution, but now underwater. So I'm curious to see how that's going to look like as far as like what traits you get to make and what causes you to be, I don't know. They could do all sorts of cool stuff with it. So that's really got my...
and they kind of bring out one game and push it really hard. It's kind of their mantra, right?
They push like 1 or 2 games really hard. Like they have like their casual game line, like the Wits and Wagers. Right, Vegas was last year. And then I think next year it'll be this.
Well, it must be doing well with so many expansions going for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's when you're getting into big box retail stores, you're doing pretty good.
Not doing too bad. We own 6. My number 6 is Root, and this is one I actually passed up on Kickstarter, and I kind of kicking myself for it. This is the guy who did Vast. I think it's the same company, and Vast was a game that had, it was asymmetrical. You're going into a cave. Somebody could be the dragon. Somebody could be the barbarian. Somebody could be the goblins, and everybody who played differently. Now there's like 8 or 9 different things you can be with all the expansions. So Root is like this asymmetrical game where you're playing like an owl and little furry creatures and whatnot.
I like how the owl is the first thing that goes around.
I think it's in the box
art. An owl and like a badger, I think.
Something. I don't particularly like the artwork on it. That's why I didn't back it. I was like, this looks... But when I started to realize it's heritage, I was like, man, I should have got that before I have to buy on eBay afterwards. But it looks like a really, really neat game, and I'm super excited about that one. Number 5.
My number 5 is a game by the same designer as Root, actually.
Oh.
By Cole Worley, which is John Company. So his game, if you guys don't know who Cole Worley is, he designed PAX Premier. And he designed Infamous Traffic, which is a very popular, very heavy game.
Never heard of it.
But he's into like the whole historical, super like historical kind of games, which is why he wanted to do this John Company with Phil Eklund's company, Sierra Madre Games. And this game looks pretty cool because I really, really like PAX Premier, and I like the whole system of games, and John Company is an extension of that. It's another one of those PAX games where you have cards, and you actually you and the other players are in control of the East India Trading Company, and you're trying to gain control of this tea empire, so to speak. And so I don't even know what to expect out of this game, but I really enjoy the discovery and the exploration of those kinds of systems, and so this game's got me going.
And the box art is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it. It's right here. Isn't it amazing? So, yeah, I think that was on my list last year. I think that was on my most anticipated. I have to go back and check. Number 5 for me is Western Legends. Now, this game really, once again, I saw this on BGG. They're a little ad thing, and I saw the Old West, and I'm like, I'm probably going to be in on this, I think. But it looks like a neat little game. I hope it doesn't have too much take that into it. But that theme really just strikes me as something I want to be looking forward to. I backed it, and then I want to go away because I want to be, when it comes out, I want to be able to experience it without knowing too much. I like doing that. Mm-hmm. But have you played this one? Have you seen this one?
I've seen it on. I've seen it like at conventions being played and stuff. But
what conventions?
Gen Con. I saw it at Gen Con. They were showing some.
We're back to you bragging about going to Gen Con again.
Yeah.
Every time I see you. At Gen Con, I did this.
Yes, that's how it is. Okay. When you go to Gen Con, you get bragging rights.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, not all of us can go to Gen Con.
That's true. I think you can go to Gen Con.
I don't know
if you want to.
I remember you invited me to go to Gen Con. I remember you coming back saying, I went to Gen Con. You didn't. I had like 56 texts from you saying that.
I know you feel bad. It's all right. But Western Legends looks cool.
It's
sandboxy.
All right, number 4, Pedro. What do you got?
Number 4 was your number. What was it? Your number 6, which is Root.
Oh, you picked Root too?
Yeah, man. So Cole Worley, who's like a heavy game designer, wants to design a light coin kind of game for children using furry, fuzzy animals.
Yeah, he does.
So
it has the owl in it too. I heard.
And it's got an owl and a badger, I think. And it's got asymmetrical powers or asymmetrical things because it's a leader game.
Which makes it really hard to teach. Like, those games are really awesome. Like, I just played Alexandria, which is about the burning library. Like, it's really neat, but it's really hard. And everybody always thinks, like, when they lose, that the other one was more powerful. So it has but go ahead.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, you've already talked about it, so... But I'm really excited to kind of... I didn't kickstart this either. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, and then when the Kickstarter was over, I was like,
I was the same way.
I got the that remorse of I should have backed it. But it's all right.
My number 4 is Hunt for the Ring, which is actually sitting in that brown box over there. So it has been released. I haven't played it, so I'm still anticipating it as of recording this. Maybe not when it's posted, but Hunt for the Ring, another Lord of the Rings game, which I like. It has that hidden movement that's going to be going on. I think this is going to be really good.
You know what I like so much about this Hunt of the Ring?
What?
Is that it has 2 sides to it.
Okay.
That is a good... So you play the first game.
Oh, yeah.
And then you play... because what happens there affects what happens on the other board. And then what happens at the end of that game, you take into War of the Ring.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, holy moly. You could have like a cool Lord of the Rings experience from the beginning to the end. Yeah,
Sam Healy said it was really good, too. So I'm excited about this one. Hunt for the Ring is one that I've already purchased. It's sitting over there. I just need to get it to the table and play it. but I'm really anticipating that one.
Yeah.
Number 3.
My number 3 is the Manhattan Project 2. Minutes to Midnight.
If I had remembered this one, this would probably be on my list.
Oh, man. So I'm a big fan of Manhattan Project. I really like that. I liked Energy Empire, which was...
I still remember our game of Manhattan Project. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was insane that night.
Dice Tower Con.
Yeah.
It was you, me, and Matthew.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, let's just knock out a game of...
We played a game in like 20 minutes.
And it was 20 minutes, but we were just like, we knew exactly what we were doing.
Yeah.
It was to the point where I was like, wait a minute, is it my turn already? Right. Oh, okay.
So memorable.
But it's such a fun game to play. And I have no idea what to expect out of Manhattan Project 2.
You played Energy Empire, which has Manhattan Project on it? That game's really, really good.
That game is really good.
I really like that. I mean, nobody talks about it. It's no pub.
No, which is really surprising.
Yeah, the game is so good.
It's very solid. I really liked it. And so now with this new Manhattan Project, I like that they actually gave it the 2. It's almost like it's like the 90s.
Right.
You know, it's the 90s sequel. You know, the Manhattan Project 2.
Part 2.
So, yeah, I know it has to do with nuclear bombs, but that's it. So, we'll see.
Number 3 for me is Resident Evil 2. You could also put Terminator 2 if you wanted to, but Resident Evil 2 is a theme that my wife and I like, which is weird because we don't play the video games.
Okay.
But we do like the zombies. I think we actually played Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
It's the only one she's ever played, but she has like this fondness of this time we spent together when we played it. Remember, Resident Evil 2 was a really short game.
It is.
Compared to the other ones. So we had a really good memory of like just kind of playing it one player together, and it was a really fun game.
You were scaring her, and then she was like, "Oh no, I'm scared," and then she'd hold you closely and caress your arm like that.
Video proved that he not only sexually harassed me, but I got touched by Pedro, and you didn't.
No.
You held my arm.
There was consent.
There was. It's impossible. So Resident Evil 2 is one I'm really excited about because it's one of those miniatures on a board. And you know what's so funny is I get excited. I think these games get me excited because of the miniatures. They look cool. They have these IPs that I like. But they normally let you down more than they are good. Like, we were just talking about Energy Empire. Like, it's such a better game than any of these games that you get with miniatures walking around. Mm-hmm. But I don't get excited about that. When I play them, I'm having more fun than I do with these. But something about the IP and the miniatures... the
nostalgia.
Yeah. See, this could have been Evil Dead 2 also, which I heard is coming together to be a really good game. Terminator 2 by the same company. Like, I just get excited about these games.
What's up with these sequels? Resident Evil 2, Terminator 2.
Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead 2.
Well, Evil Dead 2 is by far
the first ones. Yeah. First ones are garbage.
But these are really, I don't know, I get excited about them. So they kind of all just kind of be there. So, okay. Number 2.
Number 2 is a game that's going to be put out by Gray Fox Games called
Bushido. I called it.
No, it's
what?
Not Bushido. It's Reavers of Midgard. It's funny, when I typed it in, my auto-corrected readers. The readers.
The readers of Midgard. But it's the Vikings that read?
They're Vikings.
I don't know much about this game. I've heard of it, but...
so it's a game that's designed by a buddy of mine here in Orlando.
What's his name?
JB Howell. And it's a...
Do you call him JB because you don't know his real name?
His name is Josh.
Okay.
But everyone calls him JB. I call him Josh, actually. Everyone else calls him JB. So, I don't know. But anyway, it's a very cool game. I've played it. I'm excited to see...
It's in the Midgard universe.
It's in the Midgard universe.
Is it a sequel?
It's a spiritual...
It's like Founders of Gloomhaven, where it's like not really anything to do with the real game.
Yeah, yes. It's kind of like... It's almost as if you wanted to... If they redesigned Champions of Midgard, this would be that game. And so what it does is it's a single worker placement game. So I place my worker on a space, and then everyone can take that action. But since I put my guy there, I take the better action, and then it degrades. The actions kind of go down in effectiveness as you go around the table.
That's interesting.
And it's got dice like in Champions of Midgard. It's got set collection, and it's got a cool little feel to it. But I'm really excited to see. I've seen the early iterations of it. I'm curious to see how the game's gonna be developed over time, and it's just exciting to see one of your buddies' games actually get made.
Will it be? I'm not asking you to predict the future here, but will it be better than the music in London Dread?
Nothing can be better than the music from London Dread.
That music in London Dread puts me to sleep every night.
That's good.
Yeah, I just like tick, 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 tick.
That's
I love it. I love it. All right, my number 2 is one I just heard about the other day, which I'm super excited to play with my daughter, Madeline, is Stuffed Fables. And this one came really hard to be number 1 because I think my daughter and I are going to have such a great experience with this game. And I guess I should say this now because I think you'll laugh out of it, but I designed a game that had this theme, and I was told it was the dumbest theme ever, and it's amazing, which was your lovies, your stuffed animals at night, come awake to fight evil things that pop up or scare children away while the children are asleep. And I think what you're trying to do is not have the kids awake. But the game is played like a book. Have you seen this?
I have not seen it. No.
So you turn the board is in a spiral like book.
Oh, okay.
And you turn the page, and there's the board. This is what you do. And when you're playing it, it's like you're going through the storybook.
That's cool.
I think it's Jerry Hawthorne who did.
Yes.
Did he do the Mice and Mystics?
He did Mice and Mystics.
I think this is like Mice and Mystics streamlined and maybe I don't say better, but like easier to play kind of thing. Where Mice and Mystics was like a family game, but it was like actually a legit game too at the same time. Okay. Where this one's going to be like a little bit easier, but the storybook element seems really cool. And it's not a storybook like you're reading it, like This War of Mine or what's the one, Arabian Nights. It's the board of the Arabian Night. Yeah. So this one's like so cool. Like it looks really neat. I think you'd like it.
You know who uses that board?
That person? Great.
Red Raven Games.
Near and Far.
Near and Far.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. Did you see that? Near and Far does that?
I hadn't.
Lockett. Ryan Lockett.
Yeah. No, but I think this theme, because I thought of it first, is amazing.
That's cool.
I did.
You did. That's true.
I did. And everybody told me it was stupid. Remember how everybody, all the feedback on the game was, that's a terrible theme. Remember?
Yes.
You saw that.
I did.
And I'm ahead of my time.
Yes, you are.
I get no respect. I'm like Energy Empire of the design world.
There you go.
No respect. Jeez, little Pete's. All right, number 1.
My number 1 is Rising Sun by Come On Games, designed by Eric Lang.
I will not want this game because I knew I should have kickstarted it and I didn't.
I didn't either.
It's going to cost me a mint on eBay.
Here's the thing: is I was like,
I got to pay a stupid tax on it.
Well, what's crazy is I was like, oh man, I was like, I was going to kickstart. I was like, it's already kind of pricey. I've already kickstarted other stuff. I'm like, oh man, but the stretch goals kept on coming out. I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to kickstart this. I know I should, but then I convinced a friend of mine who's got enough disposable income. I was like, dude, you gotta back this to the nth degree. And he's like, I'll do it. I was like, yeah. So now it's gonna be in the group. I'm gonna be able to play it once it comes out. So excited. I'm just really I'm really excited for the kind of gameplay that this game is going to bring, because it's going to bring a lot of feelings of games like Samurai Swords from Milton Bradley, where you have a lot of like hidden bidding.
You like the samurai thing, I'm telling you.
I do.
Samurai thing is not a winner, man.
It's what?
It's not a winner.
It is a winner. It's everyone likes that thing. Everyone likes martial art things. So anyway, that's my number 1.
Not everyone.
Rising Sun. Rising Sun.
You excited about this one?
Yeah, just a little bit.
What turned me off of it was the diplomacy aspect of it. I don't really like.
Oh, that's what I love the most about it.
See, I like Blood Rage, but I don't like the problem is people who I play games with. It's we need this guy to lose, which is me. Yeah. And it's like if you have to do too much diplomacy, it's like everybody is doing it without me. And so I have to know the groups I play with.
Well, the first rule of diplomacy is to always keep the negotiation.
I still win, baby.
Going.
Don't worry.
So then why are you getting upset?
Well, what made me first it was going to be diplomacy. I was kind of thinking it was going to be like the game diplomacy. Oh. It was going to be that kind of cutthroatness. And I don't know if I want to go that far in a game. Like Blood Rage is pretty cool. I like that. Okay, my number 1 is the Batman game that's coming out by, is it Monolith?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty excited. I'm going to go all in. I've been playing Mythic Battles Pantheon, which is amazing. I need to get into Conan. I have it. I just haven't opened it yet. But after playing Mythic Battles, like that's really, really good. So they have a track record with me. It's the same company, right?
Yes.
So the Batman theme, and I'm going to have to go all in. It's not going to be in stores, they said. It's just going to be really cool. I hope it really comes live. I don't really know how they're going to do it. Like, because with Conan, and I haven't played it a whole lot, but Conan is so powerful when you have to be Conan's buddy. I'm not sure, like...
Batman has a team.
Right. Do you want to be Robin? Because I don't.
If he's Nightwing, I'll be Nightwing.
What the heck is Nightwing?
Nightwing is what Robin becomes after he leaves Batman. He becomes his own superhero called Nightwing. Come on, you don't know the comics, man?
I don't, man.
So Nightwing, you got Batgirl.
Wait, you're saying Robin. Are you saying Chris O'Donnell Robin? Or are you saying Joseph Gordon-Levitt Robin? Because there's a big difference to me.
Yes, Joseph Gordon.
Okay. I guess.
Chris O'Donnell's too cheesy.
Yeah. So he becomes Northwing,
Nightwing.
And he becomes cool.
Yeah, he becomes cool.
Or is it Robin from Lego Batman?
I've not seen Lego Batman.
Really? You have a son. How's that possible?
We just haven't seen Lego Batman.
Wow. Okay, you really should watch that one. That actually is
pretty funny.
Yeah, because it like makes fun of all of the Batman movies. Okay, back to this game.
Cool. Is it Batman Gotham?
Yeah,
City
something
Gotham
like
or
that,
something?
But what I'm hoping now, there was a Batman strategy game that came out where you played the villains. Have you played that?
No, I've not played that.
I actually liked it.
WizKids one, right?
Yeah, and I actually liked that one. But this one, I'm hoping that they're able somehow to make it. I'm assuming somebody will be the bad guys, which will be fun. You'll be the Joker or the Penguin. I'm hoping that's how it comes out. Mm-hmm. I know very little about it, but the people that play the Batman, I almost hope it's like multiple people playing the bad guys and one person is Batman. Like a one versus all. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think most people want to be Batman, and you'd be Nightwing.
Somebody might want to be Batgirl.
Yeah, like my daughter. My daughter, when she plays games, like she gravitates like to the female. Like I want to have a female, so I'm really happy whenever games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had April O'Neil because she gravitates towards them and always looking for them. Mm-hmm. And there's not a lot of them. So in Mythic Battles, there's a lot of gods that are very powerful that are women, and it really plays for her. So yeah, I hope there are. Who else is a female character in that universe? But you know that Batgirl,
Catwoman.
There was a lot of controversy over her mold because did you see that?
the belly button.
Yeah.
I know Joel Eddy had some issue. He posted a thing on Twitter. He was like, "Can you believe this?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of like when they put nipples on armor. Yeah, it's kind of the same kind of thing. Yeah. It's like, is she wearing clothes or is she just painted the costume on? I don't know."
She painted a belly button on her costume. Don't we all do that? I don't know.
I don't know, but it's I don't know what
I do want to give honorable mention to my number one game that I am. Oh, we'll talk about some games that we didn't put on our list. Fireball Island is coming out.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
I put Rambo First Blood, but that kind of goes into the whole Resident Evil thing. Like, it's just another IP. Star Wars Legion looks pretty cool.
I'm not interested in miniatures, so
I don't think I am either, but it does look
I like Star Wars, but
yeah.
I don't think I want to...
I didn't get into the Destiny stuff. Other stuff is collectible.
Destiny's really cool.
So what's that? The dice game?
It's a fun game. It's just because it's collectible. It kind of
I lost interest.
It makes me lose interest too.
And I like Dice Masters better if I had to choose, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Joan of Arc is a really cool game that's coming out. It looks pretty neat.
All right.
I wish I would have gotten into that, but by the time I went and I heard about it, it already funded and was gone. And Heroes of Land and Sea, which just came out. I haven't got my Kickstarter yet. I'm excited about that one. Anything on your list that didn't make it, or that covered?
I was curious. I'm kind of curious to try Thunderstone Quest.
Okay.
So I know
Dylan likes that. Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how that's going to play out, and I think that's the only one that really stands out to me. Everything else, I'm just like, it's okay.
The number one game though that I'm looking forward to is Bushido.
Yeah, you are. Then how come you didn't put it on your number one?
Because you told me not to. You said we can't put Bushido on this list.
That's right. I did say that.
Look, Gray Fox Games put out great games, man. Champions of Midgard is fantastic. And
have you played the expansions?
You don't watch my channel, obviously.
No, I do watch your channel.
Then you saw all those reviews I did because it was fantastic. I did like 8 of them. Yes. Did you watch all 8?
I didn't watch all 8.
What was the 43rd word in the 6th review that I said?
Oh man, I don't know those kinds of stats.
Yeah. But Bushido's gonna look good, man.
Yeah, Bushido's it's gonna be good.
The best.
I'm excited. It'll be a very, very fun 1v1 game for sure.
There aren't a lot of 1v1 games that are dice.
No, there's not. I mean, because technically Destiny is that, Dice Masters is that 1v1 dice games, but this one's got a cool, different feel, and I just like the way it plays. It plays quickly. It's gonna be fun. I think people will be surprised.
These are our top 10 games. Check these out. Put some comments down. We'd like to see what you guys are looking forward to. Tell Pedro to lower his fees so he can come back. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe down below. or like it. If you don't, go to another channel and unsubscribe.